Hi, all souls. I will try to keep this one as short as possible. I know most are busy through their days, and so just to keep it as short as possible. Uh, Final days. Yes, we are in those final days of the old and the emergence into the new, to keep it simple. So there's a lot of craziness, insanity, chaos, if you will, that's all out there. And also to add to that, the great pressure upon all worldwide with such things as inflation and dire circumstances and conditions, if you will. It's all allowed to occur, and it's designed to happen to make the people stand, the souls to stand. And so, having said this, at the same time that the old is imploding, the new is also being created. And again, the divine plan with the overall ascension is Divine-gpms.world, that I have been speaking about for years now. And it is the divine plan. Anyone that would have any doubts on this, what I suggest is to go to the website and take the time to read it and look at it, and you will understand that it is what was promised with this overall ascension where everyone is going. The reason everyone is still here, and let's say even though many have done all of their inner work, it's still a trying experience here to survive and exist, for the simple reason that this is a planetary ascension. It's not an individual ascension where one gets taken up in the sky with the rapture, if you will. It's the anchoring of heaven on earth. And once it's perceived in that way, then things begin to make more sense for you and for everyone. Having said this, the divine plan and the replacement system, which is the divine replacement system, is Divine-gpms.world. And also, having said this, as ones know of the last several months, I have not had the time to do what I normally do with assisting ones and guiding ones. And yes, I'm a divine specialist, and I am connected straight to Mother, Father, God. I am one with God, and I proclaim this openly to everyone, which is true. It doesn't matter to I who believes it or not. I assist those that are put in front of I divinely to assist and to guide. Having said this, you have a mixture of souls. You have ones that will attack the light even though they are souls themselves. You also have the minions that are soulless ones that are running with a scripted consciousness. So there's many things in the mix, but it doesn't matter, if you will, about what they are doing. It matters what the genuine, authentic souls are doing and come together. It's so important with Divine-gpms.world for everyone, every child, woman and man, to consent to this, that are souls. Because what you're doing is we're ratifying, with every consent, we're ratifying the divine law in heaven on earth into the physical manifest that you'll physically experience here. So it's a rapid transitioning from what you have now to the full relief, joy, and everyone in abundance. This is ascertained. This is the divine plan. Once this is achieved, that humanity is freed, and especially all of the innocent children, which I'll get to, where many of them were captured, if you will, by by the darkness, we are freeing all of them as well with a very important divine operation that's been ongoing for the last several months. And this operation is above and beyond anything you might see in your social medias or what have you. This is getting right to the root of the cause and shutting down the root cause of it. This is not an operation that just gets, let's say, some 100 perverts, if you will, that is watching child porn. No, this stuff, what we are doing is shutting down the source of it divinely, and we are going right into it by using divine law as well to break it up and all of this insanity. So this is also part of the Ascension, and the Christos Sophia is an important part of this Ascension, and it's an important part of all of you being in this way of truthfulness, integrity, purity, and also there comes with it the moral obligation of not accepting and allowing atrocities and these heinous crimes to occur against others, especially innocent children and innocent moms. So what has been occurring, if you will, worldwide and here in Europe and also in the United States, also Canada, just to name a bit of it, there have been children that have gone missing, yes, and children that are also being intentionally, deliberately taken from moms. And these children are crystal children, and it goes very deep and dark and sinister as to the reason why they are taking these children. And they are so desperate to get the children that they're breaking their own laws to do it. And this shows there is a great desperation, but at the same time, it also enables to prove and blatantly show incontestably the intent involved. And this brings down the old system to set all of the children free in this respect, and also the moms and dads and families from this psychological torture. And this is widespread, and if anyone did the research, you will see that the numbers are staggering. I'll use one staggering number. I believe it was 2023 or 2024 in the UK, in England and Scotland, UK, if you will, and I guess that includes Ireland, perhaps. 83,000 children went missing in that small geographical area. Now, this is ridiculous. These children should have showed up somewhere, but I'm using this as an example to show they did not. Where they went missing, it shows and it indicates a very serious crime. But also when you look at the United States, even though they have a population of perhaps approximate 350 million, there's approximately 350,000 children that vanish in a year in the U.S. alone. And a lot of these have had interactions or are at the hands of child protective services and agencies and adoption agencies. Here in Europe, we are releasing with more information that is coming out with Your Adopt is the name of the agency that's got several countries, including Austria, involved in this in their child services. But what it's doing is cracking open the criminal activity and also the complicity of the actual governments that fund and support this worldwide. So what we are doing is exposing all of this and handing information to any journalists that are open to also contributing and carrying the stories and spreading the awareness public with it. So again, getting back to the overall ascension, it is connected to what we are doing now with the child services worldwide, exposing how all of these innocent children were taken, but not only exposing them, going through the process of handcuffing those that was responsible to release all of the children worldwide. And also they need to come into the heaven on earth scenario. So this is a very important, huge part of the mission. And as for I keep busy from the time I get up till I sleep each day with this for the last several months. And I don't take any days off, 7 days a week, if you will, with this. So having said that, I do require also any of your support, financial support, with ones that are able to. I understand things are hard out there. They're getting harder, especially like in the U.S. with rent and other things going up 300%, in a few years, and all of the pressures on everyone. However, what I'm just requesting is some that are able to do it, and if it resonates with you, I don't need much, a little bit to assist, just to keep going until we get these final days completed, if you will. And as everyone can feel the pressure or feel something big is ready to happen, you're correct, because we're approaching the final days of judgment, if you will, the goats from the sheep, the wheat from the chaff. It's pretty much, let's say, ascertained who is who, what is what, and where each is going by their own individual judgments and their own tests and trials and tribulations that they needed to incur. So we are reaching the finale of all of this, but at the same time, the new world with Divine-gpms.world, as it gets bigger, it is beginning to blossom and assimilate the whole reality as well. That brings simply, again, go to the Divine-gpms.world website and see all of the comfort that it brings everyone, and freedom and peace and love and joy, the way the world should have been. All of you know, you've had it in your heart. Many of you know this world is savage, it's insane, it's not what it should be, and all of you are correct. That's why Divine-gpms.world is the heaven on earth that's being brought in here, and all of you that are watching this, you play a role in this, in ensuring that it does get done, and it gets done as soon as possible. Because again, the ratification is important, because it's done lawfully. And even though the legal system is a legal fiction, a ratification is also legally accepted, to know the lawful weight of what it is. So the bigger the consent base gets with GPMS, nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop it now. And nothing can compete nor compare with it. No government worldwide can do and provide what GPMS.world is. It's a heaven on earth scenario where none of the old system as it is exists, or neither does it need to, because everyone has everything above what they need. They're in complete comfort, joy, and peace worldwide, and thriving and flourishing. And GPMS provides this. And having said this, if we were to get the majority consent on GPMS.world, Divine-gpms.world, if we were to get that majority consent here within 24 hours, let's say within 7 days, everyone would be in complete abundance, comfort, because one of the things it does is the initial payout to every child, woman and man, of an approximate equivalent of 30,000 US dollars instantly, to place everyone instantly into a place of comfort. And then thereafter, approximately $20,000 a month for the workforce, if you will, worldwide, for each individual, but also child, disabled, and senior citizens, and they're not expected to work. We have more than enough workforce on Earth as it is right now. A lot of these jobs are frivolous, and they're part of a capitalistic system to create employment, and a lot of these jobs are not needed, meaning that the workforce that is needed to run a thriving, free, and abundant world is perhaps only a quarter of the entire workforce you have today, or perhaps even less. And let me just say, your heaven on earth could be here in a week from now, if everyone, if the majority consented to it and understood that it's their absolute freedom. It is the heaven on earth. It's what's been promised. All of the Christian groups worldwide, at least, should have been recognizing that this is the promise being fulfilled. This is the new covenant. This is the rapture that uplifts everyone into the heaven on earth scenario. So again, with your ascensions and with the overall ascension and with you ascending, it's why you're still here with these things. Most of you are. Very few have left or had completed their divine roles with the ascension. But the majority of you are still here because you all have roles to play worldwide at ushering in the heaven on earth, the Divine-gpms.world. So we're getting close. Things are culminating as we're seeing. We're getting close to the climax point where the old breaks and the new blossoms, if you will, very quickly, like a flower opening, and everyone is in the heavenly place on earth, those that are able to go. There are still mechanisms, if you will, that are ensuring that evil doesn't go forward. Any minions, soulless minions, the darkness, the remnants, what's left here now, they do not go forward, and they cannot, for the very simple reasons what they are. They cannot exist in a place of harmony, joy, love, and abundance and peace, as we know. And so those are the simple things, and with that, I'm busy. I must get back to my other work, and love, light, and gratitude to everyone. And if you're able to assist, there's a post on this timeline with a PayPal link that you can send donations to that if you wish. And let me just say that yes, I have a huge following if you look on Facebook, and also I have another following on Telegram. But the thing is that most of these are very poor people, and what I receive, if you will, is only enough just to keep me going. And I'm very conservative, living off of, existing off of less than the poverty level of one, if you will, in let's say in the Netherlands or in Canada. So I don't waste money. I only require enough just to exist off of temporarily until we bring the new world in. and that is very little money. But the thing is that the last few times I have requested funding, there was only like 4 or 5 that would send a bid, which was enough to keep me going. But this time I see that it's a little bit not enough to keep going on. And since I put out that request, I think maybe Saturday, there's only been, I think, 3, maybe 4 that donated, and still. So I request a little bit more if this resonates with you enough to keep by going, and it's greatly appreciated. And we'll soon be in the new world where no one will need to ask for money again. No child will be hungry. There will be no poverty, because Divine-gpms.world eradicates all of that suffering. And so it's important for everyone to consent. Every child's consent counts, the same as an adult's, yours and mine, so that we get this ratified into law worldwide and save so many lives. Every day, about 35,000 children and adults worldwide die of hunger or hunger-related causes that can be eradicated in a week from now, if you will. And so this lets you know how many are actually saved as a result of doing the good, right thing and getting the majority consents with GPMS as soon as possible, with each assisting with getting that collected. And what it does, and it's over 15,000 children are dying each day worldwide from hunger and hunger-related causes. So for every day that is wasted with ones not assisting with gathering consents and consenting themselves, another 15,000 children die every day. And ones disappear and vanish and are also stolen and taken from happy families as well, to add on top of this. And they vanish, as I said, with the UK, what I said in the beginning. And you need to know how sinister this is, meaning that I just recently learned that, I believe it was in perhaps Norway, might not have been, but a baby was taken, or a child was taken from a family because they were 1 pound underweight, what the child care services to what they thought the child should have weighed. And believe me, this is so ridiculous, but it's so telling what is actually going on. And please share our public notices we're putting out on this timeline, and please spread the awareness of what we're actually doing. We're bringing all together all moms and dads that have been abused by the system and their children stolen. And I put out, we're beginning public inquiries to bring these victims on, if you will, to openly and honestly give their stories to the publics, for the simple reason the justice systems are compromised or complicit as well, that there is no remedy or satisfaction by these legal or these illegal, unlawful justice systems. And that's why the people must stand to do this. And the moral obligation and onus is on the people worldwide to make a stand when your elects in any government worldwide are allowing this to continue. It becomes the people's responsibility who voted these representatives into government. So you are actually their employer, if you will, and they are in government because you voted them in or you allow them to remain there. So each one needs to understand that moral obligation, what comes with this as well. And for anyone that's still supporting these unlawful judicial systems, you also become an accomplice to the crimes of what you're allowing to occur. And we've put this out also to the churches. We have sent so far, I think, 10 churches in the U.S. and Europe to send them this information that they must stand. What is occurring, this is not godly, and also it's written in provision in the Bible that all churches and people of God must not allow this unrighteous behavior to occur. For if you do, you are no better than the perpetrator, and you also judge yourself as a result. So I can say this, ones may not believe it. However, if you continue over time, you will see what occurs. Because again, I'm not spreading fear, but I'm telling the truth of the wrath of God and how it actually works. So ones need to be meticulous, and you need to go into more of your thoughts on this, especially if you're just awakening. You need to align yourself with what is right and what is God, rather than what is wrong and what is the beast system. It's if you will, it's a no-brainer choice. What I need to say. So meaning you don't need much time to think about it. Once you look at Divine-gpms.world, it becomes blatant, and it becomes logical and common sense that a majority rules, especially the people, and you enact into law worldwide this abundant system, and suffering is eradicated. So once again, please know your power and the power of the people, and break through that illusion that governments tell you what to do. Governments are your employees. It's you that tells the governments what to do. So it's important that you know this, and you need to stand up, everyone, worldwide, so we get this ascension over with quicker, because the duration of this ascension and your ascension depends on what you do. If you don't do anything to move things, things are going to keep getting harder for everyone, and they already are. And if you do not believe this, you will see what occurs as you go forward, how it gets harder and harder until the right choices are made by enough. So with that, much love, light, and gratitude and peace. And we got it. Things are fine. They're going to be good. It's all ascertained. But we can make it happen quicker. So have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you.